Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to crochet this cozy and easy cardigan. This is definitely one of my favorite crochet cardigans that I've designed back in 2018. And at the time, I'm still not sure what I'm doing, so I don't have a free pattern for all the sizes. So I think this is the good time to redo this pattern, and I have a free pattern includes women sizes extra small go up to double XL. It's available on our blog at knitcrawladdict.com. And for today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you in size small, which is the one that I'm wearing right now. I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. For this crochet cardigan, I use a red heart hookah yarn. This one in color aloe, and the original one that I made, I use in color perla. This is a number 5 bulky yarn. In each skein, it have 212 yards. For size small, I use about 1020 yards. If you want to substitute yarn, just look for number 5 bulky yarn and check the gauge before you start. And I use 5mm crochet hook, scissors, yarn needle, and 4 stitch markers. For this pattern, we're gonna make in 5 separate pieces and then sew them together. So we have 1 back panel and then 2 front panels, 2 sleeve panels. Let's talk about the back panel first. For the back panel, we make the chain this way. The chain when we make gonna be the width across. Then we're gonna crochet back and forth with half double crochet. The row that we make gonna be the length. Then after that, we're gonna make the front panel. We make the chain this way and also use a half double crochet. Crochet back and forth. And 2 front panels make exactly the same. Then we have the sleeve panels. 2 sleeves make exactly the same. We're gonna start right here. It's gonna be the cuff. We're gonna crochet in the row back and forth. And we also have some increasing here as well. It's super easy to make, don't worry. After we have 5 pieces, we're gonna lay them like this. Then we're gonna sew the shoulder seam and then sew the sleeve into the main panel. Then after that, we're gonna fold the cardigan in half like this. Then we're gonna sew the side seam and then the sleeve side seam. Then after that, we're gonna crochet around the collar. And that's it for this cardigan. Please check in description below for all the details that you need to know how to make this cardigan. Let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start with the back panel. Make slip knot. Then I'm gonna make 45 chains loosely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 43, 44, and 45. Row 1 is gonna be the right side. For an odd number row, it's gonna be the right side. So I'm gonna make half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So we skip the first chain, then I yarn over hook, insert my hook into the next chain, which is the second chain from the hook. I like to insert into the little bump on the back of the chain. You don't have to do that, totally up to you. Then yarn over hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. That is my first half double crochet on row 1. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each chain across, yarn over hook, insert the hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. Then keep repeating this across. The reason I like to insert my hook into the little bump on the back of the chain is give me very nice edge at the bottom. Alright, I'm gonna keep doing this across. The end of row 1, I have a total of 44 stitches across. And then for row 2, chain 1 and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And the chain 1 never count as a stitch. Then we're gonna make 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. At the end of row 2, I have the same 44 stitches across. And for row 3 to row 45, I'm gonna repeat row 2. And every row, you should have the same amount of these stitches because we not increase or decrease. If you want a shorter cardigan, make less repeat. And if you want a longer cardigan, just keep repeating row 2 to your desired length. I'm gonna show you a little bit on row 3. Just repeat row 2, we chain 1 and turn. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each stitch across. Super easy pattern. Okay, so I'm gonna keep repeating row 2 until I reach the end of row 45. Then I will be back. Good luck and take your time. I'm at the end of row 45 here. And here's what it looks like. It's pretty long. Okay. Next, you're just gonna cut the yarn. I went ahead and cut the yarn. Then after that, pull the yarn out. And you're done with the back panel. Next, we're gonna make the front panels. Okay, we're gonna make slip knot. Then I'm gonna make 19 chains loosely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have 19 chain here. Row 1 is gonna be the right side. For an odd number row, gonna be the right side. We're gonna make half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So skip the first chain. Then insert the hook into that second chain from the hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each chain across. Again, I like to insert my hook into the little bump on the back of the chain. Make the same as the back panel, but we just have less stitches, that's all. At the end of row 1, I have 18 stitches across. Row 2, chain 1 and turn. The chain 1 never count as a stitch. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each stitch across. The end of row 2, I have the same 18 stitches across. And for row 3 to row 45, I'm gonna repeat row 2. And every row, I'm gonna have the same amount of these stitches. And whatever the amount of row that you make for your back panel, make sure that you have the same amount of row for your front panels. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit on row 3. I chain 1 and turn, just repeat row 2. Then I'm gonna make half double crochet into each stitch across. Okay, I'm gonna keep repeating row 2 until I reach the end of row 45. Then I will be back. I'm at the end of row 45. Next, you're gonna cut the yarn and leave about 16 to 18 inches long tail. Then after that, pull the yarn out. And you're done with the front panel. Here's what it looks like. You need 2 of these panels exactly the same. Leave a long tail exactly the same. Okay? Then after that, we're gonna make the sleeve panels. I went ahead and make one side of the sleeve here. We're gonna make 2 exactly the same. We're gonna start at the bottom here, at the cuff in the row. And we also have some increase. It's very easy to do, don't worry. And here's what I have. Okay. Then at the end, we leave a long tail. Make slip knot. Then make 23 chains loosely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 23 chains here. row 1 is gonna be the right side. For an odd number row, it's gonna be the right side. We're gonna make half double crochet into the second chain from the hook, skip the first chain. So I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the second chain from the hook, then make half double crochet, and then make half double crochet into each chain across. Again, I like to insert my hook into the little bump on the back of the chain. At the end of row 1, I have 22 stitches across. Row 2, chain 1 and turn. The chain 1 never count as a stitch. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each stitch across. At the end of row 2, I have the same 22 stitches across. For row 3 to row 7, I'm gonna repeat row 2, and every row I should have the same amount of these stitches. So I chain 1 and turn, just repeat row 2. Alright, I'm gonna keep doing that until I reach the end of row 7, then I will be back. I'm at the end of row 7 and I have the same 22 stitches across, and then for row 8 it's gonna be the increased row. We chain 1 and turn. The chain 1 never count as a stitch. Then into the first stitch we're gonna make 2 half double crochet right here. Okay, here's the first half double crochet, and then here is the second half double crochet all into the first stitch. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each stitch until we have 1 stitch left. Alright, now I have 1 stitch left. Then I'm gonna increase by making 2 half double crochet into that last stitch right here. Here's the first half double crochet, and here is the second half double crochet all into the same stitch. At the end of row 8, I have a total of 24 stitches across. I just increased 2 stitches, 1 stitch on each side. Now, for row 9 to row 12, we're gonna repeat row 2, which is half double crochet into each stitch across, no increase. So, we chain 1 and turn. This is row 9. Make half double crochet into each stitch across. Okay, so I'm not gonna show you every single row, but I'm gonna give you the instruction here. So yeah, I'm at row 9. So row 9, 10, 11, and 12, I just gonna repeat row 2. Okay, then I will be back when I'm at the end of row 12. I'm at the end of row 12 here, and I still have the same 24 stitches across. And then for row 13, we're gonna repeat row 8, which is the increased row. So row 13, we chain 1 and turn, just repeat row 8. We're gonna make 2 half double crochet into the first stitch here. Then we're gonna make half double crochet into each stitch until we have 1 stitch left. Okay, now we have 1 stitch left. We're gonna make 2 half double crochet into the last stitch to increase. At the end of row 13, I have a total of 26 stitches across. I just increased 2 stitches, 1 stitch on each side. Okay, I'm gonna give you the instruction on the screen, and also I'm gonna read it to you. I don't want to make this video too long, okay? It's very easy. Even we have the increasing here, it's still very easy pattern. Okay, so for row 14 to row 17, you're gonna repeat row 2. And then for row 18, you're gonna repeat row 8. For row 19 to row 20, you're gonna repeat row 2. For row 21, repeat row 8. Row 22 and 23, repeat row 2. Row 24, repeat row 8. Row 25 and 26, repeat row 2. Row 27, repeat row 8. Row 28 and 29, repeat row 2. Row 30, repeat row 8. Row 31 and 32, repeat row 2. Row 33, repeat row 8. Row 34 and row 35, repeat row 2. Okay, and remember, the row that you repeat row 8, you will increase by 2 stitches, 1 stitch on each side. And at the end of row 35, you should have a total of 38 stitches across. Then if you want a shorter sleeve, make less row. If you want a longer sleeve, longer than 35 rows, just keep repeating row 2, which is no increase, okay? Just have double crochet back and forth. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that, and then I will be back when I'm at the end of row 35. I'm at the end of row 35 here. Here's what it looks like. Next, you're gonna cut a yarn, leave about 30 to 40 inches long tail. So we can use this tail to sew the sleeve into the main panel. Then after that, pull the yarn out. And I'm done with my sleeve panels. You need 2 of these panels, exactly the same. Leave a long tail, exactly the same. Next, we are going to sew all the pieces together. Before we start sewing the cardigan pieces together, I want to show you in this paper here real quick, because the project is kind of big. I want to make sure you understand what's going on, okay? So I have my back panel here, and then 2 front panels, and then 2 sleeve panels. All wrong side facing up. We're gonna sew on the wrong side with the tail that we left earlier. First, we're gonna sew the shoulder seam first. Then after that, we're gonna sew the sleeve into the main panel here. All right. I went ahead and sew one side of the front panel into the back panel at the shoulder seam. Then I will show you how to sew on this side. So my front panel, I have 18 stitches, and then I count the back panel here, 18 stitches. Then we're gonna start sewing. I have my tail come from my front panel. I'm gonna insert my needle into the first stitch on the back panel there. I insert into both loops and then pull through. Then I'm gonna insert into the first stitch, the same stitch one more time, the front and the back panels. Both loops and pull through just to lock the yarn. Then I insert into the next stitch here on the front panel, then next stitch there on the back panel, and then pull through. This is what I'm gonna sew back and forth. Make sure don't sew too tight or too loose, and you can use any method you prefer to sew. So I move on to the next stitch here, and then next stitch there, and then pull through. Then next stitch here, next stitch there, pull through. Next stitch here, next stitch there, pull through. Super easy. Okay, so I'm gonna keep sewing that until I reach the stitch marker, which is 18 stitches. And here is the front so far, the right side. Okay, after I reach the stitch marker, I'm gonna weave the end. Then after that, I'm gonna show you how to sew the sleeve into the main panel. Next, we're gonna sew the sleeve into the main panel. I went ahead and sew one side here. Again, we sew on the wrong side. This is the back panel, this is the front panel, and here's the front panel. Then I will show you how to sew on this side. Okay, so I count 14 rows on the back panel. Then I place the stitch marker, and then I place 19 stitches on the sleeve panel and place the stitch marker. Okay, I'm gonna sew those 19 stitches into the 14 rows on the back panel. Then I do exactly the same on the front panel, 14 rows, then place the stitch marker. Then I have 19 stitches on the sleeve panel here. Alright, and this part doesn't matter how many stitches you sew into the front or back panel. You just need to check as you go. Make sure that it's nice and even. Make sure it's not go like this or like too stressed. Just make sure it's nice and relaxed and both sides sew exactly the same. Okay, I'm gonna use the yarn needle and the tail that I left earlier to sew. I got the tail come from my sleeve panel. I'm gonna insert my needle into that stitch that I placed the stitch marker. Okay. Then I'm gonna insert into the first stitch and in the same stitch here one more time just to lock the yarn and pull through. On this part it could be a little difficult because we sew into the end of each row. You just need to check as you go. You kind of guess where you're gonna insert your needle into. Then I move on to the next stitch here on the sleeve panel. Then I'm gonna insert my needle right there and then pull through. Just take your time. Make sure don't sew too tight or too loose. And again, you can use any method you prefer to sew. Okay, I insert into the next stitch here and then maybe right there and then pull through. Next stitch here and then next stitch there, pull through. Keep checking, still good. Next stitch here and then next stitch there, pull through. Alright, this is what I'm gonna sew back and forth all the way till the end here. Then after that, I'm gonna weave the end. Alright, good luck and take your time. Okay, after we sew the shoulder seams and in the sleeve into the main panels, next we're gonna sew the cardigan together. To do that, we're gonna fold the cardigan in half at the shoulder seam with the right side facing each other, the wrong side out, and we're gonna sew on the wrong side. It should look something like this, okay? We're gonna cut a new strand of yarn about 70 inches long. Then we're gonna use the yarn needle with that new strand of yarn to start sewing from the bottom here, the side seam, all the way up until we reach the armpit. Then we're gonna continue sewing the sleeve side seam all the way till the end. Then after that, we're gonna weave the end. I went ahead and sew one side of my cardigan here. This is the wrong side and here is the right side. I will show you how to sew on this side. Okay, I have my needle and then the new strand of yarn ready to go here. I'm gonna insert my needle into the first stitch on the front panel at the corner there. Then insert into the first stitch on the back panel right at the corner there. Then pull through. Leave a little bit of tail, just enough to weaving the end later. Then insert into the same stitch one more time just to lock the yarn. So next stitch I'm gonna insert right here. Then insert right there. Then pull through. Then insert into the next stitch here. Then next stitch there. Then pull through. Next stitch here. Next stitch there, pull through. Next stitch here, next stitch there, and pull through. Next stitch here, next stitch there, pull through. Check as you go. Next stitch here and next stitch there. and pull through. This is what I'm going to sew back and forth, and here's what it looks like so far. You see, all the stitches is nice and lining up. So I'm gonna keep sewing all the way up until I reach the armpit corner here. Then I'm gonna continue sewing the sleeve side seam all the way down till the end. Then I'm gonna weave the end. Okay, after you sew everything together, next we're gonna crochet around the collar. And to do that, you need to turn your cardigan right side out. We're gonna crochet on the right side, and we're gonna start at the right bottom corner, the right side when you wear it. Gonna be right here. Then we're gonna crochet all the way up and then around the neck, then back down to the left bottom corner. Then we're gonna go up and around, back and forth. Right now, my cardigan right side out. And here is gonna be the right bottom corner that we're gonna start with. I bring my new yarn here. I insert my hook into that corner stitch. And we're gonna crochet into the end of each row, okay, for the front panels, and I call that space instead. So after I insert my hook into that corner, I bring my new yarn and hold it on the back, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, and then chain one. The chain one doesn't count as a stitch. So into the same space, the first space, I'm gonna make 2 half double crochet. I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. That is my first half double crochet. Then make 1 more half double crochet into the same space, like that. Then make half double crochet into each of next 2 spaces. So half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the next space. Okay, we're gonna repeat this across. We're gonna make 2 half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the next space. Okay, repeat. 2 half double crochet into the next space, 1 half double crochet into the next space, 1 half double crochet into the next space. Then repeat. 2 half double crochet into the next space, 1 half double crochet into the next space, 1 half double crochet into the next space. Super easy. It's like 2 1 1, then repeat 2 1 1, and then repeat 2 1 1. Okay, keep repeating this all the way up until you reach the shoulder seam. Then I will be back. Now I'm at the shoulder seam and I have 60 stitches so far. Then I'm gonna make 1 half double crochet right at that shoulder seam, just to avoid the big gap. Then I'm gonna make half double crochet into each stitch on the neckline across. And if it leave a big gap, feel free to add more stitch. And then make half double crochet right to that shoulder seam. Again, if it have a big gap, feel free to add more stitch. Alright, now we're gonna crochet into the end of each row on this left front panel down to the bottom. So first, I'm gonna make half double crochet into the first space right here. Then half double crochet into the next space, and then 2 half double crochet into the next space, and then make half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the next space, 2 half double crochet into the next space. Just keep repeating this across. So we start repeat, make half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the next space, then make 2 half double crochet into the next space. Okay, it's like 1 1 2, then repeat 1 1 2, then repeat 1 1 2. Repeating that across. I show you one more time. So make half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the next space, 2 half double crochet into the next space. Oops. All right, keep repeating this across. Okay, I'm at the end here. And at the end of row 1, I have a total of 130 stitches across. And if you have a couple more or couple less stitches, it's totally fine. Okay, here's what it looks like so far. Sorry, it's kind of big. It's a little difficult to show you the whole thing, but yeah, I think you understand what's going on, right? Now, row 2, we're gonna chain 1, never count at a stitch. Then we're gonna turn our work. Okay, after I chain 1 and turn, I'm gonna make half double crochet into each stitch. Across, no increase, no decrease. Super easy. Alright, I'm gonna keep making 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. You're gonna go all the way up and then around the neck and then come back down this side all the way down till the end, right at this corner. I'm at the end of row 2 and I have the same 130 stitches across. For row 3 to row 13, I'm gonna repeat row 2 and every row I'm gonna have the same amount of the stitches. If you want a smaller collar, make less row. If you want a thicker collar, feel free to add more row. Just repeat row 2. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit on row 3. Repeat row 2, chain 1 and turn. And then make half double crochet into each stitch across. Alright, I'm gonna keep repeating row 2 and I will be back when I'm at the end of row 13. I'm at the end of row 13 here. Next, you're just gonna cut the yarn and weave the end. Okay, and I will weave my end later. And that's it. Just weave all the ends and you are done. Yay! I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you make this cardigan, I would love to see it. If you want to share your work with me, it doesn't have to be this cardigan. Please tag me on Facebook or Instagram at KnitCrawAddict. I'm gonna put all the links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next video. Bye bye!